Okay, this blade sharpening process is made really easy by these removable pieces of the grease rack track. So all I have to do is to sit on a stool and get out my putty knife to clean the crud off the bottom and an air tool to get the blades off, and nothing to it. Now I'll pull the blades off. Sitting in my favorite chair. Boy, that one hasn't been off in a number of years. Not quite as bad as I thought, as a matter of fact. Terrible, I guess. Move my favorite chair to the other side to get that third one. Usually they come off a lot easier than this. I always use never sees when I put the thing back together, but I've probably been 10-15 years since I've used this. Haven't had to. Maybe I wasn't doing that long ago. But I hope you can see that this setup here certainly makes it easy to get at things. Next step will be to scrape all the crud off the bottom of the deck, and I'll do that in the next scene. So now I'm going to do a little deck scraping to get the crud out from under there. Get out my favorite chair. So I'm now sitting on my favorite chair, and I can just kind of reach under here and scrape off the crud. This deck is surprisingly not too bad, considering I haven't done anything to clean it in, I suppose, a couple of years. And you don't need to see the whole thing, but I'm just doing this to show you that it's kind of, you know, it's a sit-down job. one off-topic small point here. When you take off the blades, don't lose this little fiber washer here that goes between the spindle and the blade. It's a kind of a clutch. It's a friction washer, and I think they're like $7 or $8 or $10 a piece. So you don't want to lose that. This is just an example of using my removable ramp grease rack to get at the mower deck. And then you do the same thing for the other side. But another great big advantage of the grease rack like this is when you're doing any kind of other maintenance to the tractor where you need to be up above, it's so much nicer to just stand here and work rather than kneeling or what have you. Or even as some people do, hooking up to a beam or something like that and pulling the thing up with a come-along. One other feature of my grease rack is this boat hoist that I got at an auction house someplace. The reason I added it is that sometimes I'll have a tractor that won't move under its own power, so I can't get it up the ramp under its own power. So I just hook up the boat hoist to the tractor and just pull it on board. And you'll notice I have a couple of stops here so that I don't go off the end with the tractor. And usually, although it's out in my garage building right now, I put the grease rack inside my wood shop through this garage door, and it ends up just a foot or two from that engine hoist, and that's handy for pulling engines and stuff. And when I do fall work, when it's kind of chilly out, the wood shop is heated nicely and well lit and so on, and so I do most of my working in there. The ramps are made of rough elm 2x6s, so they're full-size 2-inch by 6-inch boards. And I originally built the grease rack using only the 2 outer boards. I just thought I'd add inner 2x6s just to make it a little easier while I'm going up the ramp to not get off track. Now there, the deck's clean, blades are sharpened and reinstalled now, and I greased it. And so now the thing to do is to put the treads back on and back the thing off. Okay. The treads are labeled so that I get them on the right way. This is the right rear. There's this 1/4 inch plate, maybe it's 3/16. It's got a locating pin on each end. I made the gap as long as I could so the tractor just fits. At least these narrow frame Cub Cadets do so. There, bring the pins over the other side. Make it a little easier on myself by raising the deck. And here's the other one. That's all there is to that. bring the next one up for service, and it needs the deck cleaning. I'm not sure if it needs blade sharpened yet, but we'll definitely clean the deck, grease it, check everything out, and that'll be, and that's that. But that's my grease ray.